Very sad to see that because those guys are, yeah, those guys are heroes of mine, so it's really tough.
Most people look at Elon Musk today and see a billionaire. They see the headlines. They see the rockets landing from space. They see the electric cars. They see the success. And from a distance, it almost looks like everything worked out exactly the way it was supposed to. Like he was always destined to win. Like he somehow knew the future before everyone else. But the truth is much different. Because there was a time when Elon Musk was standing at the edge of losing everything. Not just money, not just a company. Everything. His dreams, his reputation, his future. The companies he had spent years building with everything he had. And for a brief moment, the future that millions of people now admire almost disappeared forever. This is the story of the year Elon Musk came closer to failure than most people will ever realize, and why he refused to quit when almost everyone expected him to. Long before the world knew his name, Elon Musk was just a quiet kid with an unusual mind. While other children seemed comfortable living in the moment.
So when everybody leaves, it's just Elon sitting at home, brushing his teeth, just a bunch of ideas bouncing around your head. When did you realize that that's not the case with most people?
I think when I was, 5 or 6 or something. I thought I was insane. It was just strange. Because it was clear that other people did not. Their mind wasn't exploding with ideas.
Elon was constantly thinking about the future. Questions filled his head. Ideas appeared one after another. His imagination never seemed to rest. Years later, he admitted something surprising. As a child, he thought something might be wrong with him. Not because he struggled, but because his mind never slowed down. He assumed everyone experienced life the same way. Then, one day, he realized they didn't. Other people weren't constantly thinking about new possibilities. Other people weren't imagining inventions or asking endless questions about the future. For Elon, ideas came endlessly. His thoughts felt like an explosion that never stopped. At times, it made him feel different, alone, misunderstood. But looking back, that same restless curiosity would become one of his greatest strengths. Because while others accepted the world as it was, Elon couldn't stop imagining what it could become. And those ideas eventually turned into dreams. Big dreams. Dreams most people considered impossible. Electric cars, private rockets, humans living on other planets. Today, those ideas sound normal, but years ago, they sounded ridiculous. Many people laughed. Many people doubted. Many people believed he was wasting his time. And honestly, from the outside, it was easy to understand why. Starting one difficult company is already a challenge. Trying to revolutionize multiple industries at the same time sounded completely unreasonable. Yet, Elon kept moving forward. Not because success was guaranteed, but because he believed the mission mattered. He believed the future could be better. He believed humanity could achieve more. And he was willing to risk everything for that belief. But belief alone doesn't pay bills. Belief alone doesn't solve problems. And eventually, reality came knocking. By 2008, Elon Musk found himself trapped in a nightmare. Tesla was struggling. SpaceX was struggling. The economy was struggling. And money was disappearing faster than anyone expected. Every day brought new problems. Every week brought new pressure. Every month felt like another battle for survival. People often imagine success as a straight line, a simple journey from hard work to victory.
You know, there are American heroes who don't like this idea. Neil Armstrong, Gene Cernan have both testified against
But real success rarely looks like that. Sometimes it looks like chaos. Sometimes it looks like fear. Sometimes it looks like standing in the middle of a storm and wondering whether everything is about to collapse. That was Elon Musk's reality. And things were about to get even worse. SpaceX had already experienced failure after failure. Years of work, millions of dollars, countless sacrifices. And still the rockets refused to cooperate. One launch failed, then another, then another. 3 major setbacks in a row. Each one hurt. Each one attracted criticism. Each one gave doubters more confidence. The headlines became harsher. The questions became louder. Was Elon Musk chasing impossible dreams? Was SpaceX doomed? Had he made a terrible mistake? The pressure became enormous.
What are you trying to prove to them?
What I'm trying to do is to make a significant difference in spaceflight and help make spaceflight accessible to almost anyone.
One of the most difficult choices I ever faced in life was in 2008. I think I had maybe $30 million left, or $30 or $40 million left in 2008. I had 2 choices. I could put it all into one company, and then the other company would definitely die, or split it between the 2 companies. But if I split it between the 2 companies, then both might die. When you put your blood, sweat, and tears into creating something, or building something, it's like a child. So it's like, which one am I going to let one starve to death? I couldn't bring myself to do it, so I split the money between the 2. Fortunately, thank goodness, they both came through.
Most companies don't survive repeated failures. Most founders don't survive that kind of public doubt. Yet, Elon kept showing up. He kept believing, even when the evidence seemed to suggest otherwise. But while SpaceX was fighting for survival, Tesla was facing its own crisis. Money was disappearing. Production challenges were piling up. Deadlines were slipping away. The company needed resources, and resources were running out. Then came the moment Elon would never forget. He looked at the numbers and suddenly realized something terrifying. He didn't have enough money left. Not enough to comfortably save Tesla. Not enough to comfortably save SpaceX. And definitely not enough to guarantee both companies would survive. For most people, that sounds like a business problem. For Elon, it felt deeply personal. Because these companies weren't just businesses. They represented his life's work, his hopes, his vision, his purpose, everything he believed in. Then came a decision that would haunt him forever. He had 2 choices: put everything he had left into one company, or divide the money between both. The first option meant sacrificing one dream to save another. The second option meant risking both dreams at the same time. Neither choice felt right. Neither choice felt fair. Years later, Elon described the feeling in a way that revealed just how painful it was. He said it felt like deciding which child gets fed, which child survives, and which child doesn't. Imagine carrying that burden. Imagine spending years building something you love, then being forced to choose which part of your future deserves to live. It was heartbreaking. Many people advised him to save one company and let the other go.
You had that 3rd failure in a row. Did you think, I need to pack this in?
Never.
Why not?
I don't ever give up. I mean, I'd have to be dead or completely incapacitated.
So many people try to talk me out of starting a ride company. It was crazy.
What did they tell you?
One good friend of mine collected a whole series of videos of rockets blowing up and made me watch those. He just didn't want me to lose all my money.
From a practical perspective, it made sense. But Elon couldn't do it. He couldn't abandon either mission. So he did something most people considered reckless. He split the money, not knowing whether it would save either company, not knowing whether everything was about to disappear. And then he waited. hoping, worrying, wondering if he had just made the biggest mistake of his life. At that point, SpaceX was approaching what felt like a final opportunity. 3 failures had already happened. Resources were running low. Confidence was fading. The next launch wasn't just another test. It felt like the last chance. If it failed, many believed the company would be finished. Years of work would disappear. The dream of building a private space company would become another failed experiment. The pressure was almost impossible to describe. Thousands of people were watching. Critics were waiting. Doubters were ready. And Elon knew exactly what was at stake. Then, launch day arrived. A moment that carried years of sacrifice, years of effort, years of belief. Everyone watched. Everyone waited. And finally, success. SpaceX reached orbit. The mission worked. The impossible suddenly became possible. For a brief moment, hope returned. The company survived. The dream survived. And history changed forever. But Tesla was still struggling. The pressure didn't disappear overnight. The company continued fighting for survival. Money remained tight. Challenges remained everywhere. And Elon found himself carrying responsibilities that would have overwhelmed most people. Many people assume successful leaders don't experience fear. Elon has repeatedly said that's not true. He feels fear. He feels doubt. He feels uncertainty. The difference is that he doesn't allow those feelings to stop him. And perhaps that's one of the most important lessons from his story. Courage isn't the absence of fear. Courage is moving forward despite fear. It's taking another step when every instinct tells you to stop. It's believing in something even when success seems unlikely. For Elon Musk, that belief became essential. Because there were moments when giving up would have been easier. Moments when walking away would have been understandable. Moments when nobody would have blamed him for quitting. Yet, he kept going. And eventually, the pressure became so intense that even talking about those years was difficult. During one interview, while reflecting on that period of his life, Elon became emotional. The memories were still there. The stress, the uncertainty, the sleepless nights, the constant fear that everything could disappear. At one point, he paused and quietly asked for a moment. For many viewers, it was surprising because they weren't seeing the billionaire. They weren't seeing the public figure. They were seeing a human being, someone who had carried enormous pressure for years. His willingness to take risks, or his ability to keep moving forward when everything seemed impossible. Share your thoughts in the comments below. We read every comment, and your perspective could inspire someone else watching this video. And if you enjoy emotional celebrity stories, powerful life journeys, and inspiring moments that reveal the human side of extraordinary people, don't forget to subscribe to Roundtable Celebrity. Join our growing community and be part of the conversation. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next story.